I am Dr. Andrew Doan, a physician with a PhD in neuroscience. In this video, I will answer your questions with scientific data about earthing, the practice of skin contact with the earth, and grounding, the use of earthing products to ground the human body indoors. I will provide you with 3 major reasons why earthing and grounding heals. Are you ready to transform your health? Let's get started. It is well established that the human body utilizes direct current, also known as DC. DC voltage is important for cellular function, neuronal communication, and healing. DC voltage appears as a straight continuous line in the same direction when measured with an oscilloscope. In contrast, alternating current, also known as AC voltage appears as a sine wave. Electricity is delivered to your home as AC voltage at 50 to 60 Hertz, depending on where you live in the world. The first major reason why earthing and grounding heals is that DC voltage is essential for life. All biological life requires DC voltage to live. DC voltage is utilized in the brain, neurotransmission, heart, and many more biological processes. On the other hand, AC voltage is foreign to all biological life forms. The earth is negatively charged with DC voltage. Nearly 1,800 thunderstorms are occurring at any moment around the world. These storms can trigger 6,000 or more lightning flashes per minute. These lightning flashes strike the earth and negatively charge the earth with negative electrons. These electrons make the earth negatively charged with DC voltage. In an experiment by doctors Carol Sokal and Powell Sokal, both MD PhD physicians, they demonstrated that the unearthed human body is around positive 1 millivolt electrical potential. But after grounding to the earth, the human body is instantly minus 280 to minus 228 millivolts. I will demonstrate this with my voltmeter set to DC voltage. I have 2 earthing cables. The right one is plugged into my grounded outlet which is confirmed to be grounded using a grounding checker. 2 orange lights mean that the outlet is grounded. The left earthing cable is connected to a grounding stake outside. I touch the black negative lead of the voltmeter to the earthing cable, grounded to this socket, and with my left index finger and thumb pinch the red positive lead on the voltmeter. My body's voltage is around minus 10 millivolts DC. While pinching the red positive lead on the voltmeter, I touch my left middle finger to the earthing cable connected to the stake outside, grounding stake. My body's voltage drops to minus 130 millivolts DC. The earth is a battery filled with negatively charged electrons, mainly from over 6,000 lightning flashes per minute. Let's look at the research on the salamanders and newts. The newt's ability to regrow severed limbs provides a unique perspective on the role of electric voltage in healing. Salamanders and newts are known for their extraordinary regenerative properties and capabilities, where they can regrow complex organs and entire limbs throughout the entire lives. Following amputation of a limb, strong electric currents are measured at the stump. The effect is most likely caused by presence of cellular injury currents. It was found that the DC voltage fields measured in the limb stumps are the same order of magnitude as the threshold field strength of 7 millivolts per millimeter known to affect cell migration and orientation in cell culture experiments. These results indicate that the field strengths naturally present in amputated newt limbs are of a magnitude and polarity consistent with the hypothesis that the fields may play a role in initiating cellular regeneration. In humans, electrical stimulation of wounds has been shown to promote healing. Externally applied low amplitude electric fields have been shown to help in the healing of chronic wounds by manipulating the body's naturally occurring electricity to form new blood vessels and increase blood supply. Using an earthing cable to connect to the Earth's natural negative charge has been shown to promote healing in several clinical cases. An 84-year-old diabetic woman had an 8-month-old non-healing ulcer. The first image shows the ulcer and a pale gray hue to the skin. The second image is after 1 week of grounding treatments. Note the marked levels of healing and improvement in circulation, as indicated by the skin color. The last photo shows the wound after 2 weeks of grounding treatment. The wound healed over and looks remarkably healthier. The grounding treatment consisted of a daily 30-minute grounding sessions with an earthing electrode and cable connected to a grounded socket. It's amazing that this 8-month-old wound healed within 2 weeks. Why does a negative voltage in tissue promote healing? A positive voltage is associated with acidity and not conducive for healing and health. A negative voltage is associated with alkalinity, which is good for healing and health. Electrons from the Earth are hypothesized to be important in health and healing too. Redox reactions entail transferring electrons between atoms or molecules. At injury sites, white blood cells release oxygen and free radicals, potent oxidizers that steal electrons from molecules. Free radicals are missing an electron from their outer shell. This makes them unstable, so they go and steal electrons. This process helps eliminate damaged cells and debris, clearing the way for regenerative cells to repair structures and functions. During this oxidative process, oxygen stabilizes and the affected molecules and cellular debris break down, allowing other white blood cells to engulf them. Oxygen, vital for metabolism, life, and initial process of wound healing, can be highly toxic. The body uses antioxidants to maintain low oxygen levels in tissues. We have several antioxidants in the body, but when these antioxidants become depleted because of chronic disease, inflammation occurs. Inflammation is the cause of numerous medical problems in the human body, such as allergic reactions, myopathies, cancer, atherosclerosis, ischemic heart disease, arthritis and joint pain, asthma, diabetes, infections, inflammatory bowel disease, and more. Earth's electrons act as effective neutralizers of free radicals. The concept of electron deficiency might describe the common disconnect from Earth's natural electron supply, exacerbated by modern lifestyles, particularly wearing shoes with synthetic soles which disrupt our connection to Earth's electrical grounding. This next study clearly shows the role of earthing in reducing inflammation. A triple-blinded study design was used where the participant, tester, and data analyst were blinded. The study is a randomized controlled design that evaluated the effects of 10 days recovery with grounded sleeping or sham grounded sleeping after a single intensive downhill treadmill running intervention designed to induce delayed onset muscle soreness. In the first experiment, individuals who slept grounded demonstrated improved muscle recovery. The grounded participants had faster recovery in the counter movement jump and isometric maximal strength for the dominant leg tests. The black line with triangles represents the grounded group. The lighter line and circles represent the ungrounded group. In the next experiment, several blood markers of inflammation were measured. SICAM1 is soluble intercellular adhesion molecule 1. This is a soluble form of an adhesion molecule that is normally found on the surface of endothelial cells and cells of the immune system. Elevated levels of SICAM1 are often associated with various inflammatory diseases. IP10 is interferon gamma-induced protein 10. This chemokine is involved in the immune response by attracting immune cells such as T cells, eosinophils, and monocytes to the site of inflammation. MIP1 is macrophage inflammatory protein 1. Both MIP1 alpha and beta are chemokines that play a role in immune responses and inflammation. SP-selectin is soluble P-selectin that circulates in the blood in a soluble form and plays a crucial role in the early stages of inflammation. When muscle cells are injured, damaged cells at the injury site undergo necrosis and are cleared away by immune cells like mast cells and neutrophils. Early muscle regeneration involves the complement system activation and release of pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines. The significant decrease in IP10 levels in the grounded sleeping group suggests that grounding reduces inflammatory responses and IP10-related natural killer cell activity, potentially favoring angiogenesis for muscle repair. Later in muscle regeneration, muscle stem cells activate and macrophages and T cells are drawn to the injury. The study noted increased macrophage attracting chemokines MIP-1 alpha and beta post-injury, but lower levels in the grounded group, indicating reduced macrophage attraction and inflammation. Grounded sleeping also seems to reduce overall inflammation, including SP-selectin, a factor for leukocyte recruitment to injury sites. This suggests grounded sleeping could lessen leukocyte recruitment to damaged muscle. Contradictory findings in this study showed that another cell adhesion molecule, SICAM1, decreased in the ungrounded group compared to the grounded group, diverging from other studies that reported elevated SICAM1 levels after strenuous exercise. However, these levels may vary with exercise type, as no changes were observed with bicycle ergometer exercise. Taken together, sleeping grounded using conductive sheets and a grounded electrical outlet was shown to result in faster recovery and less pronounced markers of muscle damage and inflammation in the bloodstream. It's important to note that the research team had no financial connection to the earthing company and were an independent research group from the University of Salzburg and the Olympic Training Center in Salzburg, Austria. The second reason why earthing and grounding heals is that Earth has a natural electromagnetic frequency known as the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance aligns with the brain's natural resonance frequency and affects brain waves and consciousness. This phenomenon has been linked to several related health outcomes. The alignment of the Schumann resonance with brain frequencies can lead to benefits like reduced stress, improved sleep, faster healing. Research suggests a relationship between the Schumann resonance and various health parameters like blood pressure, heart rate, and depression. Does earthing drop blood pressure? In a small study, 10 individuals grounded 10 hours daily at home with sheets and mats and a grounded electrical outlet. After 3 to 4 months, the participants' blood pressure dropped an average of 14.3%. Personally, my sleeping grounded using an earthing mattress cover, I dropped my blood pressure by 10% and was able to stop using my blood pressure medication. In the Earthing and Grounding Facebook group, there are nearly 33,000 members. Years ago, I asked the group to take a survey about sleep. 474 people took the survey. 78% reported better sleep with earthing and grounding. 5% reported no change in their sleep, and 17% stated they didn't know. There are thousands of people in this Facebook group who are reporting an improvement in their sleep when earthing and grounding. A small research study in 2022 showed that grounding the body improves sleep in early Alzheimer's patients. I think there are two mechanisms at work. Earthing and grounding have been shown to stimulate the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is involved in calmness, relaxation, and healing. The second mechanism is that earthing and grounding change your brain waves when you connect to the earth. In this experiment, subjects did not know when the grounding cables were connected to the grounded electrical outlet. At 28 minutes, the subjects were grounded. You can see an immediate change in their brain waves after being grounded to the earth. In summary, grounding the human body to the earth changes neural activity in the brain, connects the body to the Schumann resonance of the earth, and increases vagal tone. Increased vagal tone is responsible for calmness, relaxation, and better sleep. With improved sleep, the body recharges and heals. The third reason why earthing and grounding heals is being grounded to the earth reduces the effects of extremely low frequency electromagnetic fields on the human body, also known as ELF EMF. ELF EMF induces an alternating current voltage on the human body. Recall that I said earlier, DC voltage is essential to life. Alternating current, or AC voltage, is a foreign type of energy to biological organisms. In these demonstrations, I use a standard voltmeter to detect AC voltage on my body. I have induced as much as 12,000 millivolts or 12 volts AC onto my body. What does this all mean? Is body voltage a neat party trick? Is grounding and earthing a fad based on pseudoscience? I am a physician with multiple areas of expertise. I have a master's in public health degree, and I look at environmental sources of pollution, toxins, and radiation with a perspective that focuses on the health of the community. I am an aerospace medicine physician with a PhD in neuroscience who understands voltage-gated ion channels. Extremely low frequency EMFs affect voltage-gated ion channels. It's well established that we have throughout our bodies sodium, potassium, chloride, and calcium channels that are controlled by electrical voltage. Even in the nervous system, electrical conductance is not achieved by electrical currents moving down the nerve cell like electrical currents that move in a copper wire. Electrical conductance down a nerve cell and axon is initiated and propagated down the nerve cell by voltage-gated ion channels. The resting state of cells is about -70 millivolts. Many of these ion channels open between -40 to -20 millivolts or higher. Therefore, any foreign electrical alternating currents, such as the positive voltage induced on the body by electrical fields that oscillate at 50 to 60 cycles per second, will open random ion channels in the brain, in your organs, your muscles, and throughout the body. What happens when positive voltage is oscillating at 50 to 60 cycles per second in your brain, organs, muscles, and body? Let's consider the known voltage-gated ion channels, voltage-gated sodium channels. These typically open at membrane potentials around -55 to -40 millivolts and are crucial for nerve conductance in the brain, heart, and throughout the body. Voltage-gated potassium channels. There are several types of potassium channels with different activation ranges. Some open at slightly polarized voltages around -40 millivolts, while others, involved in returning the membrane potential back to the resting state, may activate at around +30 millivolts and higher. They are crucial for nerve conductance in the brain, heart, and throughout the body. Voltage-gated calcium channels. These channels can activate at membrane potentials of approximately -40 millivolts to -20 millivolts. They are important in neurons and muscle cells for initiating neurotransmitter release and muscle contraction respectively. Voltage-gated chloride channels. These are less common and not as well understood, but they generally open at membrane potentials that are close to the chloride equilibrium potential, which can vary significantly depending on the cell type. When ungrounded in the presence of extremely low frequency EMF, I think we are causing a random whole body ion channel spasm. This has been shown in research on the potassium channel. Randomly activating these channels have both beneficial and adverse effects. However, even with beneficial effects, there's always an overdose associated with anything, even water. Too much water can cause harm and death, for example. Dr. Paracelsus in the 1500s, the father of toxicology, stated,
"All things are poison, and nothing is without poison. Only the dose makes a thing not a poison."
That means the exposure, how much you're being exposed to, the time, the length, intensity of the dosage will affect what that does in your body. So consider what can happen when extremely low frequency EMF induce an AC voltage on the body. All these systems in the body are dependent on voltage-gated ion channels. Voltage-gated ion channels are located throughout the entire body in the membranes of many types of cells. These systems control our mood, thoughts, sleep, headaches, motility, pain, hormones, and all bodily functions. So number one, neurons. These channels are crucial for the initiation and propagation of action potentials in the nervous system. 2, muscle cells. In skeletal, cardiac, which is your heart, smooth muscle tissues, voltage-gated ion channels are essential for muscle contraction. 3, cardiac cells. These play a key role in the rhythmic beating of the heart by generating action potentials in pacemakers cells and in the propagation of the electrical signal throughout the myocardium. 4, endocrine cells. Some hormone secreting cells use these channels to trigger the release of hormones in response to electrical signals. 5, sensory receptors. Certain sensory cells, such as those involved in taste, smell, and hearing, have voltage-gated ion channels that help translate sensory input into neural signals. 6. Pancreatic beta cells. These channels help regulate insulin secretion in response to changes in blood glucose levels. 7. Sperm cells. They have voltage-gated ion channels that are thought to play a role in the acrosome reaction during fertilization. As a physician, I was able to resolve my personal seasonal allergies, eczema, insomnia, and even manage my bipolar disorder through sleeping grounded with the Earthing mattress cover. The Earthing company is not a sponsor of this video. I did, however, place a link to the Earthing company in the description below. Because we sleep and live in an ELF or extremely low frequency EMF environment associated with modern life, grounding with an earthing product is essential to mitigate the EMF pollution that's become an integral part of our lives. Earthing is the practice of having skin contact to the earth. While research shows that 30 minutes of skin contact to the earth is enough to perceive beneficial results, this is not enough. We sleep and we live indoors with EMF pollution that is inducing an AC voltage on our bodies. Therefore, we should be grounded, using an earthing product as much as possible. I recommend sleeping grounded with an earthing product. Sleeping grounded improves sleep and helps our bodies heal. Please post your questions in the comments about earthing and grounding. If you have had success with earthing and grounding, then please share them for the benefit of other people. For additional health tips, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until next time, I wish you health and joy. Thank you.